Welcome to the Revere Senior News. This is November show. We're taping it in October. I want to introduce my co-host, Steve Fielding, Director of the Revere Senior Center. My name is Morris, and we'll both be hosting the show. And this is going to be a November show. So, Steve, it's your chance to start it off.
Well, thank you, Morris. And as you know, we try to provide seniors with current news that is in our newsletter. And so what we're going to present today is information that is currently going to be published in our November newsletter that we try to get out to a number of retail stores, banks, the senior center, the library, City Hall, and other distribution sites. So that's the purpose of this show. Some people have trouble reading it on screen. Some people have trouble reading the actual print of the newsletter. So this is an opportunity for us to tell you verbally about this show. And I'm glad I'm here with you, and it's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Right. Start us up by giving us first the senior news report.
Well, I have breaking senior news.
Well, let's break it.
Senior news. So what happened was I received a call from the mayor's office in regard to a senior that needed some assistance for some work done in their home. And concurrently, Home Depot of Saugus is looking to do some community projects in the city of Revere. And so what I did was contact the Home Depot of Saugus and the particular individual in Saugus in the store there, Steve Bagnera, who happens to be a Revere native, is one of the managers in the store. And I explained to him the situation with the senior, and through dialogue with the senior, they were able to arrange a date to do some roof work and some vent work and insulation work for the senior and take care of any issues that they had with their roof. So that worked out well.
Was that for no charge?
That was for no charge.
That's fantastic.
So I talked to Steve after that work was done. He came down and he said, we'd love to do some more work for seniors. And I said, well, how about doing something for us at the senior center that serves about 2,800 seniors each year? And he says, what do you need done? And I said, well, we've had some work done in the past, but what I really would like to do is paint our upstairs health and exercise room where the bocce court is located. We call it the multi-purpose room. And he says, oh, I see you've painted, other areas of the center. I says, I just don't have the funds to paint this room, and it's used widely by a lot of people, more than any room except the dining room. So he said, oh, I think I can arrange to do something like that. I'll be back in a couple of days. And sure enough, he came back. And he came back with a Behr Paint representative, Behr Paint,
yep.
B-E-H-R, as well as the store manager from Saugus. And they said, this is what we're going to do for you. We're going to provide not only the paint to paint this room in any color you want, we're going to bring a team of 10 painters down here, and we're going to do this in one day for you. And not only that, we will take care of the windowsills and around the windows where the mold had accrued as a result of water coming from the roof. And that all occurred prior to Representative DeLeo spearheading the legislation to have the roof fixed. If you remember last year at this time, we were ready to mobilize to the Mottola post and be out of the building. So since then, that mold and that duct work around the window would need to be fixed. And they're going to take care of that as well. So then I said, well, there's a couple of other things that I need done.
Go ahead.
So I said, we could really use some sump pumps down in the basement and some work in a couple of other areas. And he says, we'll address that after we take care of the painting. So the breaking news is we're going to get the room done free. Free cost of paint and free labor. So that's a wonderful thing. And I want to thank Home Depot of Saugus. So since this is a November show, and that room is widely used, we had to come up with a date to do that. And with 10 painters, you surely can do that in one day. So November 9th is the scheduled date. Bearing unforeseen circumstances that may change it, we will have that room painted in one day. So that'll be fantastic.
Can you do me a favor since it's
send it to your house, right?
No. Since it's Veterans Day, just paint the room red, white, or blue.
There's an idea there about, we use the conference room, for our Council on Elder Affairs meetings.
Yep.
And, most of the rooms that we've painted are either yellow or green. That's an idea. I kind of like that idea.
I was only joking.
No, I'm not joking. I kind of like that idea. Maybe we can have a mural done in there.
That would be nice.
That's something that I like that. So we'll deal with that later. But that's good.
Okay, what is going on for the seniors in the month of November that we can let them know?
Okay, I have two things that I just want to bring up first. One,
Take
as you know, we have a new program activity coordinator, okay, and her name is Camille Chimbelli. As most people know, Lois Diamond, our longtime friend and program coordinator, retired after 18 years, and Camille just started 2 weeks ago, and she's already made an impact. She's already helping sort through all kinds of things at the senior center to help us prepare for many of the activities and helping the knitting people and taking care of putting some reports together for me. And she's coordinating right now students for the new computer class. As you know, Lois used to teach the computer class. And I have a young lady who I just hired as an instructor who has also been a volunteer. I don't know if you've met her yet. Her name is Brenda Ladderbush. And she was there today.
Oh, yeah.
And she is well versed in a number of our Word applications, and she knows the internet, and she knows how to maneuver around a computer. So we're going to start a computer class in November. Details to follow. We're ironing out a start date, and we're going to start with a group of 5 people in November. So that's good, because a lot of people have been waiting to go to the computer class. All right.
Anything else?
Yes, I want people to understand that we have a wonderful book club at the senior center, and November 17th is our book club, and Janice Van Hoekom from the Revere Public Library will be there, as she always is, from 2:30 to 3:30. So there's about 8 or 9 people that are involved in the book club, and we welcome anyone who wants to join. And I do provide coffee and some snacks for them to discuss the books. We have a movie club at the senior center, and every Wednesday at 12:30 we show a movie, and working with the library again and through Redbox, we try to get up-to-date movies, and we've been very successful at that. And you and I talked before we had went on the air today that we have an 80-inch TV that is going to be put on the wall and replace the 42-inch TV. And the Northeast Vocational School students in the electrical department will be coming down shortly. They're just finishing up a job, and they'll be setting that up, and that'll be a fantastic...
Is that a smart TV?
It's a smart TV. So there'll be a lot of capabilities, and we'll be able to use it for more than just as a television, obviously, and movies. So it'll be great. It'll be great.
People don't know this here, but on the computer, which I just learned, there's a lot of movies on the computer that you can watch for free that are very, very, very good.
Right, and we'll be able to download movies too. And if there are anything special on non-cable channels, we'll be able to do that as well. And the nice thing is, it's not only a remote-activated smart TV, it's voice-activated and obviously manually activated. So it'll be great. And what I'll do is I'll get an HDMI extension cord, and we'll set it up so that we can bring presentations. So if you have a laptop or a Chromebook like you have here, and you want to use it, say you wanted to play music but also show the video of a particular song,
right,
we could set it up there, and people could listen to the music and watch the video.
Right, and you know something? They have maybe I'm wrong. They do have wireless USB ports.
Yes.
They do. So one will be plugged in here. The other one will be plugged in the TV.
That's correct.
And how far a distance do you have to be approximately?
I don't know the answer to that, honestly. Yeah. But I'm sure we can find out, and we'll make that
test
work
it.
too.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. So that's a great thing too, Morris.
Good.
The other thing is our Thanksgiving dinner.
Yep.
At the senior center is September.
You're close. You're close.
We do this show so far ahead. November 17th, 12 o'clock roast turkey dinner, and we will have an entertainer, Jimmy Salona, who most people know in Revere, and he's been there a few times. So if you want to come to that event, you have to call up and then make a reservation, and then in person you have to pay $4 big. And they sell out fast. I mean, particularly Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners, we can hold about 100 people, and that's tight. But if you want to go to that, you have to come to the senior center. You have to pay in advance. It's kind of a reservation fee. And the regular lunch is $1.50. We're only charging an additional $2.50.
And we're going to have turkey?
We're going to have turkey.
Okay.
And, in the past, Sabir of the Good Diner has provided either the entire meal or part of the meal. And I recently talked to him, and he's going to provide something for that dinner as well. I have a lot of food inventory, so we're going to use what I have. I'm going to get a nice fresh oven roasted toikis or toikis from Bianco's, and we'll slice that up and we'll have a nice dinner.
What else is coming with the turkeys?
Well, all the trimmings, the stuffing, the cranberry sauce.
Love it.
Yeah,
Looking
all
forward
that
to
stuff.
it.
So this year it's the regular time, 12 noon, and the entertainment is 1. In the past we tried to do it a little bit later in the day, but I think this works better for seniors. They get tired very easy. They're up early. They come to the center early. Okay, our blood pressure is going to be done by Carol Donovan.
Can I say something about that lovely nurse, Carol Donovan?
You can say anything you want, but as long as it's nice.
It's going to be more than nice. I think she's one of the best nurses for taking and giving injections to check your blood pressure. Not only to check your blood pressure, but to give you a needle like the
Right.
flu shot.
The flu shot.
I was talking to her, and she said, roll up your sleeve. And I'm talking just like I'm talking to you. And I said, okay, Carol, I'm done. You want to give me my flu shot now? And she says, we're done, Morris. I got to tell you, I've never had a nurse give me a needle with me not feeling it. And she did a fantastic job. So I got to say thank you, Carol.
I'm glad somebody's needling you back.
Yep, oh yeah. She really gave me the needle.
So anyway, Carol has been accompanied by another nurse, if you've noticed. Her name is Esther Burns. I just want to give a shout out to her. She's been assisting Carol.
Yep.
And in November, they'll be back down at the Senior Center on November 3rd and 17th. I believe those are Thursdays. And they usually come between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Our monthly hearing program with Mary Marino of Mary's Affordable Hearing is on Tuesday, November 29th from 10 to 12. That's different than the regular day. Usually she comes the fourth Thursday. Unfortunately, that's Thanksgiving. So we pushed it to the following week, and she can make it on the Tuesday, November 29th, to check your hearing or to look at your hearing aids. And that'll be between 10 and 12. We have a wonderful woman by the name of Barbara McDonald. She's the chair massage person. She is going to be at the Senior Center on Monday, November 7th at 9:30. And she does help a lot of people. I believe she charges $5 for that. I don't remember if it went up or not, but $5 for that. So that's Barbara McDonald and chair massage. And I think you wanted to talk about the grieving group.
No, I want to, yep.
You wanted to mention the date for the grieving group, right?
I think that's, well, Lois is coming October the 24th, I believe.
No, November.
November the 28th?
Yeah.
Monday, November the 20th, is that correct, the 28th?
Yeah, let me just check that out.
Why don't you do it? I can't.
Okay.
This morning.
Monday, November 28th
Okay.
from 1 to 3 p.m. Lois Diamond will be back. Even though she retired, she's going to be continuing to run the grieving group. And that takes place in the knitting room or the ceramics room, whatever you want to call it. And it's a very nice program. It helps those who are having trouble or who need to speak to or listen to information or other people who are having a serious problem and dealing with some kind of grief. And it's a wonderful program. I think you had Lois on through the month of October.
Yep.
Doing a PSA, right?
Yep, but I want to say something about Lois. Beside the grieving group, she does a fantastic job. She also does things for the veterans, the
Yes.
blankets. But before we talk about Lois and the veterans, you was going to give us a little history about the veterans with Veterans Day coming up November 11th.
Yes, and it's very important, veterans like yourself from World War II, it's very
Right.
important we acknowledge you and your service and what they do.
And I acknowledge all the veterans.
Good. So anyway, in short, in 1919, President Woodrow Wilson proclaimed November 11th Veterans Day, or I should say Armistice Day, with the following words. This is important. To us in America, the reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in our country's service, and with gratitude for the victory, both because the thing from which it has freed us and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the councils of nations. So that was an official proclamation, or part of that proclamation, in 1919. And then in 1994, after realizing that we should expand our tribute to veterans, those that passed away and those who gave their service. The president at that time in 1994 declared that November 11th become a day to honor American veterans of all wars, not just World War I and II. And so they proclaimed that Veterans Day. And you probably remember that because you were around
I got
then.
something I'd like to add to that when you're done.
Yeah, so that's Veterans Day, and we'll talk about that in a second. The other holiday that I think really pertains to both veterans and seniors, as well as all of us, is Thanksgiving. Particularly seniors and veterans, and most veterans are seniors in our world today. They're very grateful for the blessings this country has given them, and they wouldn't have given their service and their life if they're one of those folks. And that, we represent a country that should be proud and setting an example for other countries, and be very thankful during the holiday season. So Thanksgiving evolved over time as well. Just a little history on that one. In 1789, after a proclamation by George Washington, they celebrated a Thanksgiving in lieu of as a harvest festival. It evolved, and in 1863, President Abraham Lincoln proclaimed a national day of thanksgiving and praise to benefit our Father in heaven, and it was to be celebrated on the fourth Thursday, or the last Thursday in November, and it was the beginning of the Christmas season.
Right. What you mentioned is in there, but Google added something else, and I'd like to add to that, because I learned how to work the machine now, so I don't have to ask you. I can talk to this thing.
You're Mr. Google.
I got a little dog, by the way, a little Yorkie. Guess what I call it?
Dog.
No.
Google.
Google.
No, Google.
Yep, I named it Google after the machine. But you know what I like about this? You ask it a question, I type it into this. Here's what they say about, like you mentioned, Veterans Day. It says over here, commemorated as Armistice Day beginning the following year, November 11th, became a legal holiday in the United States in 1938. 1938. That's before World War II. In the aftermath of World War II and the Korean War, Armistice Day became Veterans Day, a holiday dedicated to the American veterans of all wars.
Well, not to correct you, but you're right, in 1938, but it was an act of Congress approved in May 13th.
Yeah, well, that's what they said.
Yeah, of 1938. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right here. I'm not making this up.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I know. No, I know.
So that's good.
Yeah, so Veterans Day is very important.
Now, talking about veterans, I'd like to interject something. We're going to have on November the 15th a Christmas signing for our troops, for all veterans here and abroad. And every year, Operation Troop Support, which is a fantastic organization under the direction of Colonel Richard Moody. And we have our Revere Veterans Service who helps us out, Nick Boer and Donna Dreesen. We would like to have the people, if they have empty Christmas cards, drop them off at the Revere Senior Center. Before I continue, give them the address of the Revere Senior.
25 Winthrop Avenue. It's the Revere Rossetti Cowan Senior Center, 25 Winthrop Avenue. The number is 781-286-8156.
Right, and to the people across the nation, because this show does go across the nation, mail in if you have a bunch of Christmas cards, if you wish to mail them in. Our address is 25 Winthrop Avenue,
Yes.
Revere, Mass. 02151. Come on down for the people who are locally on November the 15th between 12:30 and 2:30. Sign your Christmas cards. Do not seal the envelope. In other words, just put the flap in the envelope and do not write anything on the envelope because they won't take them. And we'll see that every soldier that's serving overseas and in this country gets one of these, and we'd love to have you.
And that's a fun event. I mean, having seniors do that
Right.
and inviting other people down. We want to make sure we have other people come down and help sign them too, right?
Right. Now, people ask me, you can write anything you want. Like some people write, like, thank you for serving. May God protect you. Whatever you wish to write, feel free to do so. And again, just put it in the envelope. Do not seal it. Put the flap inside the envelope. Do not write anything on the envelope and just drop it off at 25 Winthrop Avenue, Revere, Mass. And those across the country, Mail it in if you want to, folks. But those locally, we'd love to see you on November the 15th between 12:30 and 2:30.
I have a question for you, just for the folks that are watching this.
Go ahead.
When they put their, whatever they want to say to the soldiers in here, do they sign their first and last name?
If they want to, they can just sign their first name.
Okay, I just want to
Okay.
make,
Yep.
some people may not realize
Oh,
that.
yeah, you can sign your name. But you don't know the people who are getting it, so you don't want to give them an address to be mailed to because
Right.
sometimes there may be a little problem. But you could just sign, thank you for serving, John Doe, or James Smith, or whatever you wish on there. Now, I was going to talk about a legal thing, but go ahead. I believe
Just one quick thing. It just dawned on me as as we go
Right.
along here. And, this is an informal show, folks. So sometimes it may appear that we're jumping around, but as we're talking, things come up and
Right.
we get a little bit diverted, but we get right back to where we want to go. It's very important for people to realize that the Rossetti Cowan Senior Center at 25 Winthrop Ave in Revere on Wednesday, November 2nd, from 6:30 until whenever they're done, we will be hosting a Medicare open enrollment / turning 65 seminar. Barry Olevsky, who is our SHINE counselor, SHINE meaning serving the health insurance needs of everyone, particularly seniors, will be giving a presentation at 6:30, November 2nd, at the Rossetti Cowan Senior Center. No reservations. We'd like as many people as we can to come. It's a Wednesday night. We'll have a few refreshments, and I think it gives you an opportunity during the open enrollment period of October 15th through December 7th to make changes to your Medicare plan or ask questions about your plan and whether you should make changes or not, and to those who are turning 65 to learn about Medicare. And Barry's very well versed in this, and I would really love people to come down and attend that.
Right. Thank you, Steve.
Okay.
And we were going to have an attorney today, but due to his sickness in the family, he could not make it. And he was going to talk about trust, and he was going to talk about wills and probates because the two of them go together. So, folks, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to go into it, but I want you to stay tuned because we are going to have people coming on here who will help you. But if you have questions about either a will, a trust, or probate and would like to mail it in, do so. Now, you was going to have Camille come on the next one show.
Within the next couple of shows. I don't know which one, whatever we work out.
Okay, now I made a special request, and I'm waiting to get an answer back. Is Christmas coming up in December? We'll be taping the show naturally in November.
Yeah.
So I put a request into Mr. Santa Claus. I don't know if you know him.
I do know the Santa Claus very well. Is it the same Santa Claus that we
Had last year. He comes down every year to visit us here from the North Pole.
Yes. Yes.
So
yes.
we're going to invite him again to come on our show, folks. So you're going to love him because he takes a special time off because he's busy making toys for the kids to come right on the show here to make a toy for
Now,
Morris.
if I remember last year, we had 3 Santa Clauses.
Two of them were
or
phonies.
Two were helpers or phonies, if you.
They were phonies, two
One
of them.
was Santa Claus, and I think I know who you mean.
Yep, we're not mentioning no
One
names.
was Morris Claus.
No,
What was his name? I forget. And the other one was Senior Claus.
I forgot who
I don't know,
that
but
was.
there were 2 helpers or phonies, if you want to call them that. I don't know. But that was a fun show. We should do that again. Yeah, we should do that again.
You think so?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Why
Well,
not?
I had him on with the Revere Veterans and Community Show, but we're going to get him on the senior show, I think, this time, too.
Right.
That
right.
would be good.
And, I do want people to realize that we also, I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit here.
This is all our show.
Yeah, so we actually have entertainment, like every month. Our December 15th Christmas dinner at the senior show, and we're not taking reservations yet, but I just want to tell people we have a special singer coming down. He's a Broadway baritone. He sings Broadway tunes. He will sing Christmas songs as well. His name is James Michael. He's got the most powerful voice you can imagine. He'll blow the roof. I don't want to say blow the roof off the senior center because we need it in the winter. But he's got such a powerful voice, and he's going to come and perform.
Then I have to ask you, because people accuse me when I talk of yelling, is this more powerful than mine?
Yeah.
Or almost as much?
Well, let me say, he's a close...
Tie?
Well, you're close to him or he's close to you.
Okay.
No, but he's good. I haven't seen him in person. I've seen him on a video. And like I said, we have a great Thanksgiving dinner coming up on November 17th. You have to come to the Senior Center and at least call and tell us that you'll be bringing down $4 to make a reservation. The Christmas show, December 15th, will be a special show. And in addition to that, we normally have the boys and girls from St. Mary's of Lynn come down, and they provide us with dancing and singing. And
they did that last year at the Matola.
They did at the Matola, and not only that, last year we were very fortunate. Barbara Kelly, the principal of the Paul Revere School, brought 75 kids from that school to come down and sing Christmas songs at the Matola Post last year.
Before we close, we only got about 2.5 minutes left. One quick question. Sal Santoro, who's a World War II veteran, going to be 103 years old. Did you ever get a letter back from the President of the United States yet on that? Obama?
No, but I did. I told you I did submit on the website a request for a proclamation. It can take several months.
It only takes 2 months, from what I understand.
Yeah, and I think, when did I tell you I did that? Was it September or the end of August? Middle to the end of August, or very early September. And I did get a confirmation that that was received. So I do hope that we do get that on time.
Yep, I would like to give it to Sal before I have to go.
That's in February. His birthday's February.
I know.
And I had to give his birth date. So,
1914.
No. Well, yes, I mean the date. The February 4th date is his birthday. I always remember his birthday.
Oh, yeah.
But
would you believe 1914, the year of the First World War breakout?
It's amazing. It's amazing. And he's got great recall and memory.
Yeah.
And he's on the ball. So it's great to have him every day at the Senior Center.
So we got about a minute and a half. Take the minute and leave me 30 seconds.
Okay. Basically, I am inviting all seniors over the age of 60 to come to the Revere Rossetti Cowan Senior Center. Please come down and visit us. We'll give you a tour. We have a tour ambassador at the Senior Center, Roseanne Colanino. She gives a great tour and is a great advocate for the Senior Center, as you are. All the Council on Elder Affairs members are great ambassadors for the Senior Center. We have a lot of activities. We're one of the very few senior centers in the East Coast that has a commercial kitchen. We have great meals. It's a hot meal. It's not a box lunch. It's not Meals on Wheels. It's not a caterer. It's home-cooked meals. We have a great activity program. I'm looking at that clock. And check out our newsletter. Okay, I better stop right here before we go over.
Okay, Steve, I want to thank you because we do a great job, both of us.
We do.
I don't like to pat my back or your back, but we do a great job.
We do the best we can.
People tell us that. And before I close, I would like to say to all my veterans and all the people out there, especially the veterans that are serving here and abroad, thank you for your military service. We love you. And when you come back, we're going to even love you more, folks. We doubt the people of Revere. Thank you for listening, and God bless our great country, the United States of America. And like I always close, keep the Pledge of Allegiance in the school. Don't let anyone tell you that they don't want to do it. Keep it in the school. I was born with it. I want to die with it. Thank you.